Hello everyone, this is the fourth video of my database management systems practical video series. Today I'm going to do the fourth question of the first day of database management systems. Let's go to the question list. Here's the question list and I'm going to select the fourth question of the first day. Here's the question. I'm going to read it first and then let's answer for this question. You have given the institute to develop the school systems of Kagalu Mahavidyalaya. Your part in this software is to create a database. With this software, you can easily manage all student information and all teacher information, class schedules, etc. Okay, here's the that's the context, and here's the first part of the question. Use Kagalu Vidyalaya DB as the name of the database. Draw an ER diagram. Okay, we have to create an ER diagram like we done in the last video, and we have to name the database Kagalu Vidyalaya DB. Okay, I'm going to do that first. Here I'm going to use the Workbench software. I talk about this software in the last video, but people who don't know about this software, this is the official graphical interface which came with the MySQL service, and this is the only software which supports drawing ER diagrams. And here I'm inside my connection to MySQL server. You can see the databases, and in the software the databases are also called schemas, and I'm going to create a new model. Model is also we can call an ER diagram. In this software the diagram is called a model, and here's our database. I'm going to edit it by right click on the name and press edit schema. Okay, I'm going to give it the name Kagalu Vidyalaya DB. Okay, you can see the name updated, and I'm going to right click on the double click on the add diagram button. Here's the workspace we are going to use to create this ER diagram, and I'm going to click on add a new table. Okay, here we successfully created a table. Let's see, I think we answered for the first part of the question, and let's go to the second part. Here's the question and here's the second part. Create a table to store student information and their guardian information. Follow the instruction below when creating this table. Okay, here are two tables called student and guardian. These tables are going to store the details of students and their guardians details. Okay, in this case we have to create, I'm going to create the first table student, and it these are the attributes in that table. Index number with the data type of Varsha. That means index number is going to store string values with up to 10 characters. Here's the other attributes: first name, last name, gender, contact number, and address. Okay, I'm going to create this table. Let's go to the workbench. Here I'm going to I right click on the table we created and press edit table 1. Here's the edit window, and I'm going to rename the table 1 to student. Okay, here's the first attribute, index number with the data type of varchar and character length of 10, you can see the software automatically define the first attribute as the primary key, and it's not going to store null value, so that's why the primary key checkbox and the not null checkbox are automatically checked, and I'm going to create the second attribute. First name, and the default data type and the length is the same. We supposed to enter to this to the first attribute, and I'm going to check the not null checkbox. Okay, here's the third attribute, last name, and it's also going to be a character length of 45, and data type is its data type is varchar. Okay, and here's the fourth one, gender, with a character length of 10, and here's the fifth one, contact number, with a character length of 10, and here's the last one, address, with a character length of 60. That means it can hold a single value up to 60 characters in a cell. Okay, here we created the table called student, and we have to create the second table called guardian. Here are the attributes in that table: guardian ID, first name, last name, gender, contact number. Okay. Here I'm going to follow the same steps we used to create the student table. Right click, click on the add new table tool, and right click on the table we created and edit table 1. Here I'm going to rename the table to guardian, and here's the first attribute, guardian ID. And I'm going to change the data type to varchar and set the length to 10. And here's the second attribute, first name. Here's the third one, last name, and gender, with a character length of 10. The last one, contact number, with also a character length of 10. Okay, here we created the two tables called student and guardian. Let's see the other question we have to do. So we completed the second part of the question, and here's the third part. Name the relationship between the two tables, student and guardian, that you set up above. Mark it in the ER diagram you created. Okay, let's talk about the relationship between these tables. You can see there's a good connection between these tables. A student always has a guardian, and guardian should always have a student, but a single guardian can have one to many students. That means a parent can have two children, so more children who studied in this studying in this school, but a single student only should have a single guardian. That means there's one to many relationship between student and guardian, and the relationship should defined as many to student and one to guardian. So I'm going to select the non-identifying one-to-many relationship tool. Here's the button. I click on the button, and first I'm going to select the table which have a many connection with the other table. So I'm going to click on the student table and then click on the guardian table. You can see the guardian ID automatically added into the student table. So in that way we can identify the student and who's his guardian by this relationship. So here we answer to the third part of the question. Let's see the last one. A teacher teach several subjects and one subject teach several teachers. Create a teacher and subject table using the appropriate relationship. Follow the instructions below to create this table. Create an ER diagram. Okay, we have to create another set of tables called teacher and subject. These tables also have a relationship with each other, but there's a speciality in these two tables and their relationship. That is, one teacher can teach many subjects. That means more than one subject, and a single subject will be taught by many teachers. So there should be one to many there should be many to many relationship with these two tables, but we learned in the last video in ER diagrams or in MySQL databases there cannot be there shouldn't be one many to many relationship with tables. We also have to we every time there's a many to many relationship, we have to create a new table and with which have one to many relationship with the two tables which have a many to many relationship with each other. So let's go and create the teacher and the subject table first. Okay, I'm going to create the teacher table first. Here I click on the new table, add new table, and right click on the table and edit table 1. I'm going to rename the table to teacher. Okay, let's see what are the attributes in these table. Here's the first attribute, teacher reg number, first name, last name, gender, contact number, email. Okay, those are the attributes in the teacher table. Let's create those attributes. Here's the first attribute, teacher reg number. With the data type of varchar and character length of 10. Here's the first name with the character length of 45. Last name also are going to be a character length of 45. And here's the fourth attribute, gender, with the character length of 10. Fifth one is contact number with a character length of 10. And here's the last one, email, with a character length of 50. That means there can be an email with up to 50 characters in a cell or in a record. So we created the teacher table successfully. Let's create the subject table, but before that let's see what are the attributes in this table. This is the subject table, and there's only two attributes in this table: subject ID and subject name. With subject ID has a character length of 10 and subject name has a character length of 45. Okay, let's create this table too. I'm going to create a new table and right click on the table. Here's the edit window. I'm going to rename the table to subject. Okay, here's the subject ID attribute. I'm going to change the data type to varchar and set the length to 10. Okay, let's create the last attribute, subject name. It has a character length of 45, and I'm going to check the not null checkbox. Here we created the two tables called teacher and subject, and as we talked earlier, these two tables have a many-to-many relationship with each other. In Workbench software, we have the privilege to define many-to-many relationship between tables, but the software automatically will create a new table which have many-to-many one-to-many relationship with each table. So let's click on the many-to-many relationship, and I'm going to click on the teacher table and then click on the subject table. You can see a new table created called teacher has subject.
I must conclude I am conflicted, watching where I step still.